This video we're going to be going over the best build when it comes to the KV broadside shotgun that is just dropped with the Season 2 update and that you can take into the Ashika Island map and destroy with. So we've got a full class setup for you with the broadside, with the M13B, which actually got buffed with this update, and it's one of the few weapons that actually did get a buff. We're going to start off with the broadside shotgun, which is what you're actually here for, and we do have a very specific build that only works in super close range because obviously it is a shotgun at the end of the day. And what you do want to realize here is that the bolt attachment actually does help with fire rate. Now there is one that helps with recoil control but cons fire rate, but as we all know, fire rate means faster TTKs, and this gun is actually very similar to the origin shotgun that was inside Warzone 1, and it's going to kind of give you a bit of nostalgia as well when we go over this build here, and I'll explain why. Now obviously we're using the dash bolt there, like I said, for the faster fire rate. We are using the 12 shell mags. I think the 25 does slow you down a bit too much. We did test this out in private game and in the firing range, and it does slow you down quite a bit. 12 rounds is kind of more than enough. You can miss a couple of shots and still do pretty well with it. Now we've got the point G3P laser, which is going to give you the best hip fire accuracy when it comes to a shotgun there. You do need to be able to shoot from the hip with shotguns because aiming down sights is just not the ideal scenario, especially in those close quarters engagements, and especially if you're trying to get the fastest possible TTK with your weapon as well. And then we are using the Warrior Wolf barrel here. This is going to give you recoil control, hip fire accuracy, which is hip recoil control, and then also bullet velocity as well, which is actually gets conned by some of the other attachments we're going to put on this weapon. Now once obviously attachment tuning comes into play, then obviously you're going to get a bit better bullet velocity and a bit better recoil control and things. But what we do want to discuss here, which is really important, and that is the Dragon's Breath rounds. Now we do have access to Dragon's Breath rounds, and we also have access to explosive rounds with this shotgun as well. So both of these are super solid options from the looks of it so far. Now I'm going to say the Dragon's Breath rounds are probably going to be the one that is going to be completely broken in OP, and that is just because it's also broken in OP on that Basilisk pistol as well. So I do think this will be the one that everyone goes to, especially because this shotgun's very spammable. Now taking this into the firing range, you can see just how spammable this shotgun is. That is me just basically pressing the trigger, and it's super easy to do. Now obviously this range at 10 meters is not ideal for a shotgun, so that's why you can see that TTK is still relatively slow even on the dummies, but these are not kind of accurate representations of health of actual players as well. But that is the Dragon Breath rounds, which actually is very spammable but also does damage over time. But what I do actually want to show you here is quickly switching over to the explosive rounds. Now we've got the explosive rounds, and as you can see the reticles changed a little bit as well, but if you land one shot with the explosive round, it actually does pretty much a one-shot kill on the dummy. Now obviously we'll need to see how this works in game, but even if it's a two-shot kill at that 10-meter distance, obviously the spread is a lot less than if you had a different ammo version on there. But like I said, that one-shot kill potential or two-shot kill potential at super close range is absolutely broken. Let's quickly fire through an M13 build. We won't go through the tuning just yet. You can do that as you please. But for the main build, you do want to use the 60 round mags for the highest capacity. You do want to use the Precision 40 lock grip underbarrel, which is the best at controlling recoil in this entire game. And it's not really changed with this update either. Now obviously with attachment tuning will actually be even better now, so just keep that in mind as we go through it. Attachment tuning is going to improve your stats even more than it did before. The Zulu suppressor is the best balance of getting bullet velocity, recoil control, and without conning your aim down sight nearly as much as the rest of the suppressors. There are other suppressors that give you better bullet velocity, but like I said, it's all about having that balance there. Then we are using the BRUEN ECHELON barrel, which is the best at giving you bullet velocity and range on the M13, and then the AIM OPV4 optic, which I still think you need even on the Ashika Island map as well. But this gun will have a slightly faster TTK than it did before, and that is because they did improve the damage values of this weapon overall, and it does have a super fast fire rate. But that is this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.